Speaking of Islam, what is it that's especially beautiful in Islam?
Well, first of all, I think that in a lot of ways, Islam shares more with Judaism than Christianity does. First of all, it's a religion of the transcendence of God.
Right.
It's a religion of law and commentary, and I have a theory for why that is, and Christianity isn't. Why Judaism and Islam are. If you want to hear the theory.
Sure, let's hear the theory.
Okay, here's my theory. My theory is that it's because Christianity grew up in the Roman Empire, so the laws were taken care of. But Moses and Mohammad had to create a people in the desert.
Right.
So you needed civil law as well as criminal law. And the other thing I think that is beautiful about Islam, although today in some ways very scary about Islam, is the enormous power that it has for large populations who one day know very little about it and yet the next day feel tremendous devotion to it. Some belief system that can do that is, that's worth paying attention to on its own terms, not just from the outside.
Which one would fit closer into Judaism? Would it be the Muslims or Christians?
Oh, this is not even a contest. So the Muslims, because they believe in one true God, they really worship one God and one God alone, and they have not allowed themselves to become defiled with the doctrine of the Trinity. Many, many, many more times does the Quran speak about Moses and the beautiful work, and the Quran says to the Jews that the Torah that is in your hands, you should abide by it. The Quran says, I gave the Torah to the Jewish people, it's in their hands. Why are they coming to Muhammad in order to find out how to live? They have the Torah. Now, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie to you. Think of the filth that Paul, I want to say this, on the day of judgment, do not be anywhere near him. Paul is telling the Jews constantly, don't keep the Torah. He's telling everyone it's been abrogated.
And I'm totally persuaded by you, Rabbi, and by the Muslims that God is one. He's a unity. He's not a tri-unity or a duality or anything else. So I believe in Tawheed and monotheism. Do I convert? But I want to follow a religious path. I don't want to be a loner. I want to follow a tradition that's been established, that I can get guidance in the spiritual life. What do I do? Do I convert to Judaism or do I convert to Islam?
You should convert to Judaism. The Jewish people, this is very unique in that we're a ethno-religious group. This is almost unheard of in the world. Islam is not an ethno-religion. The vast majority of Muslims are not Arabs, and there are more to turn to the one God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and worship him alone.
And perhaps if you could kindly confirm or otherwise disconfirm now that you are happy to accept that Muhammad was a prophet sent to the Gentiles. You can accept he's an authentic prophet, but not to the Jews. If that is the case, then I, as a Gentile, okay, sorry.
Let me just stop that. So let me be very clear. Those kinds of ideas. If I believe that Muhammad was a prophet, I'm not going to say this in my way because I don't need to be offensive. If I believe that Muhammad was a prophet, I'd be a Muslim. And believe me, Muslims don't know. Muslims have no clue. With very
some
few
do. Some do. Yeah.
Have no. On this, I didn't. Let me explain. Muslims have no clue, with very, very few exceptions, of how much oral tradition, how much Talmudic literature is in Islamic literature, both the written literature and the oral literature.
So so your answer is Muhammad was not a prophet of God to the Jews, Gentiles, or anyone at all. So why wasn't he? If he teaches essentially the same thing, he teaches Tawheed, the monotheism of God. He recognizes that God chose Israel. The Quran says that.
So I'll tell you this: in my entire life, I have never heard a Jew asking about Muhammad and what does Muhammad believe or teach or could he or should he. This just doesn't come up among Jews. No benefit. The only thing I will say provocative The only thing that Jews are offended, that drive us crazy, drives us nuts, is those Muslims who say that the Torah or the Tanakh has been corrupted